welcome everyone. Mayor Cosgrove is not with us tonight, and I'll ask that we have a moment of silence. Thank you. Mr. Green will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
Chairman.
The first item on business is the approval of the March 26th meeting minutes.
A motion to approve.
Have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Approval of the financial reports.
It was, he made the motion here and Clinton.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion to approve the financial reports?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Town manager's report.
First thing is, I think I gave you a summary of our mower died, our riding tractor bit the dust, and we needed to do something quickly, so the mayor authorized me to go ahead and make that happen, because grass just kept right on growing. So Brian went out and got 3 bids on different size tractors. He talked with the gentleman who does the service for our mowers and asked his recommendations, and he gave him a couple ideas. Ended up, long story short, we purchased a unit from Tractor Supply last week, a Cub Cadet, 0 turn. It's a little bigger than the one that we have now, so it'll be a little bit more efficient. It was on sale, and I went over to take care of the transaction, and it took a little longer than they thought that I should have been there, so they actually took another $300 off the mower, so it was to our benefit that I stood around and waited for a while. So it ended up costing us, and I added on an additional year's warranty after the first year warranty. So it was a total of $3,349.98. So we will need to approve that now after the fact, ratify the amount.
Okay. And then, so that'll come off one of the encumbrance funds anyway, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I'll need to find that out.
So we'll need a motion and a second.
Motion to approve the purchase of the lawnmower?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from anyone on the motion?
We'll need a roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call vote.
Should we caveat that with the determination of whether
Absolutely.
funds will be extracted or taken from facilities to be payment? No, where the funds will which line item is taken from. So we approve to do that.
That would be good. Are we the
We have a
biggest?
motion and a second. What was the comment?
Well,
He wants, go ahead.
Funds that were
Say,
extracted from
Yeah.
which one?
It can either come out of the general fund or it can come out of the encumber. And she can make that decision to do that.
okay.
Okay.
So we have a motion and a second. Good question. Any other comments? All in favor?
Roll call.
You need a roll
Roll
call.
call vote. I'm sorry. Mrs. Carlson?
Aye.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Mr. Hooks?
Aye.
Mr. Green?
Aye.
Mrs. Whitman?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay. The good news is that we talked last month about the meters the old meters that we had and what we were gonna do with them and how we were gonna get rid of them. Brian paid a visit to the local salvage yard, and the guy came and looked at them, said he would take them. He came and loaded them up, took them there, and ended up giving us a check for $2,271.
Good.
I was gonna be happy if we got $500.
Mhm.
So that helps offset the cost of the mower.
Yeah.
Is that all of them?
That's all but we have two or three big ones, which are worth a lot of money, so we're actually gonna try to market those, maybe through eBay or some other method for trying to sell those, because those are kind of high need, high dollar ones. So, but yes, that's all of them, there's nothing left out back,
Good.
they're gone,
Good.
so.
Good job.
Good work.
Audit, I did speak with the auditors this week, and they are working on our books. I've asked for them to come and meet with me. The first date they had available was June 26th. He did say that anyone is welcome to be here and if they have any questions or want to meet, but one of the things that they recommended that we get more automated, less paper than what we do right now. And so one of the reasons I asked him to come meet with me is to help me kind of convert what we're doing to what's going to work for them. So they've agreed to do that, so I'm happy that, and he said they are still working on what's there now, but I'm happy that they're going to come meet with us, so.
What's that date?
June 26th.
Okay, thank you.
And the only other thing I'd say is, and Ben is here, and he might be saying something about it, is the county is having a cleanup effort on Saturday, and that we had offered to partner in any way that we could. So I've met with them a couple times about that effort. So hopefully we get a lot of people show up on Saturday to clean up some roads that really need some debris removed. So.
Could you share some information on it?
Sure,
Okay.
I sent an email to Fran, she'll probably get it out to you now, post it on your Facebook and stuff. Bottom line is we're going to utilize the 4 fire departments as distribution centers for logistics, so wherever your closest fire department is, go from there. The meeting's at 8:30 to 9, we'll pass out whatever gear we have, we get some pickup sticks, some vests, and of course garbage bags, and some gloves as well, so we'll get those out. I think we'd like to get the pickup sticks and the vest back. The vest belong to VDOT, and county paid for the pickup sticks, so we'd like to get those back. We have not had time to mark them. So we'll get them out to everybody before Friday for Saturday's event. I think the weather's gonna be good. Fran did ask if we needed the dumpster. We wanna thank Fran and the town effort for that volunteer effort, but we really want, VDOT will come and pick up the bags of garbage, and we'll just leave them on the side of the road and just let VDOT know they'll come pick it up. They will also pick up tires and or other materials, so whatever you find right to the road, we'll get it to the right spots for us, and we'll go from there. As far as the donation from the Chevrolet location, they can give it, and I don't think at this juncture the county has any need for it, so if you want to maintain that donation for your effort for a future litter pickup or some other event,
Okay.
you know, if you ask for it, it's not county, so,
Okay.
or, you know, I think you guys should maintain.
Okay.
Does that answer everybody's questions on this event?
Is this the first time something like this has been done?
Yes.
Good. You can
So-
see that, yeah.
So logistically, you know, it's been a little bit disjointed, and I do not have a clear feel for how many people will participate. So we're just going to see what happens at this point. We hope that people will turn out. We publicize it as best as we can. This event came together probably in the last 30 days. So we've got a kind of a late start, but we tried to push it all together as quickly as we could. We're also partnering with Colonial Beach, and we got them to move their cleanup day to match ours. And the 205 corridor is going to be picked up pretty heavily, I think, with people from both sides of the county and
this Saturday?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it is this Saturday. I think we're gonna be fortunate with the weather. The weather forecast right now is cloudy, 65 degrees, 14% chance of rain. And, I think that's down from the last weather forecast I saw the other day, so I think we're okay. The event starts at 9, gathering is 8:39, and then 11:30 the event ends. And come on back to the fire stations, because we're trying to give the fire stations a little bit of a fundraiser as well, so they'll have food for sale, and whatever the local fire station specialty is what you get.
For Westmoreland, today, Eddie said that the food was donated, so they're not gonna be charging. Hot dogs or whatever.
Well, is this possible to carry on the old Adopt a Highway thing?
So, and speaking to, that's a larger effort. The Adopt a Highway thing was recently coordinated with the Northern Neck Planning Division, Planning Development Committee Commission, and they've kind of stepped away from that role. The litter grant that they coordinated for us, which was part of the Adopt a Highway program, is being returned back to the counties. And that is a really recent development that I have not had a chance to share with the Board of Supervisors yet, so he gets to be the first supervisor that hears that. But speaking to the other county administrators, we think that this is a good thing for the county because we feel that we have a closer feel for the grant funds. And so it's a non-competitive grant that we apply for at the county level, and we think we have better control of it than Northern Neck DEC does. So
Well,
we're glad to have that grant.
the reason I asked was like quite a few years ago, there's a Cater Road. There are 3 churches on that road, 2 black churches and a white church, got together and adopted that whole highway. And of course, when ministers go away, that diminishes. Yeah, so it's not there now, but it was, and it was effective. And they actually got to work together, which was an amazing thing.
Yes, sir, and if I had any spare people, I would dedicate somebody to help reorganize that. I just don't have the time or the personnel to do that.
Well, they all volunteered their effort and their, there was the highway department supplied all the equipment, bags and gloves and stuff like that, so,
Yeah.
just
No, yes, sir, no, and I would love to see that program revitalized. VDOT has stepped away a little bit from that effort as well because they've had funding cuts. So their roadside crews, they used to rely heavily on the parole prisoners out of the jail system.
right.
And with the closure of one of the jails in the area in the last 9 months or so, that program had been under strain. So
Gotcha.
even VDOT has gone to a subcontractor, and they only clean the roads twice a year now, May and September, and they don't support the highway program as much as they would like to or could have.
We still have to have people to pick it up,
VDOT will still pick it up if we schedule it, I believe. I
Okay.
mean, like I said, we got them to pick up this, and I think they're happy to pick up anything that's put in a bag,
Right,
okay?
Gotcha.
We just gotta let them know that.
right.
And then going back to the DEQ grant, not the DEQ grant, the Pennsylvania State grant, that is non-competitive for the county, we can get some funds to hire one more cleanup for the entire county. But we're gonna be looking at some different events and see what we can do with those funds
Gotcha.
when we apply for it. The application cycle starts in June and ends in, June 1 to June 30, and we get our application.
Thank you, sir.
Is that
And we will too also need to apply. Up until now, we've gotten a small litter grant, kind of piggybacked on the county that came through the planning district. And that's going away, same way the county has to apply for theirs, we'll have to apply for one for ourselves. But I'll do that.
Sounds good. Fran, do you have anything else to add to your report?
No, I don't.
Are there any questions or comments for Fran? Hearing none, we'll move to old business, the park sign.
The park sign, the reverse sign is ordered. I talked to them or corresponded with her today. She said it'll probably be a couple more days before the panels are ready. We do need to take that back off and take it back to them because they have to put on the part up at the top that says, thank you to our sponsors. So she asked if that could happen, and I told her we would coordinate getting that back to them.
Okay.
So, so it won't be long. Same thing with the story walk system. I'll be meeting with the regional library folks on Tuesday to go over and lay out the story walk pedestals, or at least the placement of where they're going to be, and hopefully soon that project will be behind us as well. So
How-
Fran, would you remind them when you see that? I don't know what you're seeing, but they owe me some data on usage of the library system.
okay.
Would you mind
Yeah.
just reminding me of that?
Yeah, these people that are coming are out of Fredericksburg. So I'll say something to them. Too bad.
How many signs are there for the story walk?
There are, we originally ordered 16. They asked us to have 18, so we ordered 2 additional, so we're waiting on those 2.
All right.
So there'll be 18 total. That's all I have.
Anything else under old business? Thank you. We'll move to new business. Resolution position for the Crime Victims' Right Week. The resolution was done and signed by the mayor, so you provided everyone a copy of that.
I did not.
You didn't.
Just the fact that we were doing one.
Did you want to just read it for everyone to know what it is?
I have one. I have a copy. It's quite lengthy
Okay.
and small. Whereas the term victim is more than just a label and has legally standing and protection that goes along with it. Whereas Crime Victim Rights Act passed here in Virginia, and as a federal level guarantees the right to meaningfully participate in the criminal justice process. Whereas victim service providers, advocates, law enforcement officers, attorneys, and other allied professionals can help survivors find their justice by enforcing these rights. Whereas victim service providers and allied professionals can reach more victims through innovative trauma-informed programs such as telehealth service and multidisciplinary teams. Whereas victim service providers and allied professionals can increase access to victim services and compensation in areas that have been historically underserved, marginalized, and adversely affected by inequality by implementing culturally responsive services. Whereas equity and inclusion are fundamental prerequisites to survivor cure and survivor-led services that provide victims and opportunities to share their experiences are essential blueprints for support. Whereas National Crime Victims' Rights Week provides an opportunity to recommit to ensuring that accessible, appropriate, and trauma-informed services are offered to all victims of crime, and whereas Montross is hereby dedicated to help crime survivors find their justice by informing victims' rights, expanding access to services, and ensuring equity and inclusion for all. Now therefore, I, as Mayor of Montross, do hereby proclaim the week of April 21 through 27, 2024 as Crime Victims' Right Week, reaffirming that the town's commitment to create a victim service and criminal justice response that assists all victims of crime during Crime Victims' Right Week and throughout the year, and expressing our sincere gratitude and appreciation for those community members, victim service providers, and criminal justice professionals who are committed to improving our response to all victims of crime so that they may find relevant assistance, support, justice, and peace. Amen.
Appreciate that.
Good work.
Is there any other new business?
Not that I have.
Hearing none, we'll move to council members' comments. Hearing none, we'll move to public comments. And sometimes he does have a comment. None? Tim, you'd like to make any comments? You're welcome to. We appreciate you being here tonight.
It's a pleasure coming.
Anytime.
I will tell you that they did an event at the firehouse today for the victims program, and it was pretty interesting, and the guest speaker talked about how difficult it was to go through a domestic violence situation and how inadequate law enforcement was, and some of the things that she experienced, and the whole time we're standing there, it's like, Lord, I hope she don't live in Westmoreland County. And I didn't ask her, but I did ask, which I knew there was no way in this world, listening to what she said,
Yeah.
that she could be a resident of this county and go through what she went through with law enforcement in the criminal justice system. And actually, Julia was there. And then Julia wanted to know too, where does this woman live at? Because she was a little concerned, but she knew it wasn't in this county. But I do believe that this county, from the Commonwealth Attorney's Office to the victim advocates, you know, they do an outstanding job. Sheriff's Office, they really do, and they do everything they can to follow up and follow through with those victims, regardless of what the crime is, and they need to be commended for that, so.
Nice.
We had a personal experience with our sheriff's department in our house. When they were putting in the water lines, they cut our telephone lines. And Verizon was trying to get it reorganized. Well, somehow or another, at 3 o'clock in the morning, our phone dialed 911. And this young man is knocking on our door and saying, we just got a call from your house for 911. Are you the only one living? And I says, come on in. We went to school with our daughter. And he said, is anybody else here? Because they had to check on everybody. And so Linda had to get out of the bed and come out. And we're having this conversation with this young man, and we thanked him for coming. It was, he didn't know what he was going to run into. And so
They
we
take
told
it
him,
serious. They
Yeah.
take it serious.
They took it serious, and we told him, I said, look, if it happens again, let me give you my cell phone, you can call back. But he was a good fellow, so, but they do great, so, good job.
Appreciate you sharing that with us, Tim. We like hearing good stuff like that. You know?
Or your,
True.
resolution was fitting for the event.
Okay.
I'm good, thank you, sir.
All right. All right, there being no further business, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Good job, Joey.
I'm not gonna take up a little cheap Montross. I've been here since 12 o'clock today, so.
I told him it's glad he's migrated down this way.
Well, I'm checking everything out in retirement. I went to Florida
Oh, yes,
for 2
thank
weeks,
you.
and I decided I don't want to live in Florida. Their traffic is worse than our traffic.